Have you ever found yourself standing by the suitcase, thinking, what do I really need for this journey? Maybe like me, you've stared at shirts and socks memories fluttering by old trips, favorite places, gentle laughter, echoing along the way. Packing it seems simple enough. But for those of us in what I like to call the golden years, travel is a little less hurried and a lot more precious. Every zip unfold is part memory, part hope. Hello friend, I'm Albert, and this is Golden Age Wisdom, where we share gentle advice for living well and traveling even better. Today we'll walk together through the art and heart of packing essentials for senior travelers, because every adventure, near or far, deserves care and thoughtfulness. We'll talk about what truly matters in the suitcase: comfort, safety, those little touches that turn a trip into a gentle memory. I'll share a few stories, some lessons collected over the years, and practical tips, as if we were sitting together deciding what to talk into our bags for the road ahead. Now, let's take that first step. Shall we start with the foundation, the right kind of luggage? Section 1: Choosing luggage that loves you back. When I think back to my younger days, I remember hauling hefty trunks up narrow staircases. There were more muscles than sense, perhaps, but with experience comes wisdom. And now I favor luggage that seems to smile back at me. Light, sturdy, and easy to manage. A good suitcase is a quiet companion. It has wheels that roll smoothly, a handle long enough you don't have to stoop, and just enough space to hold what you need, but not so much that you're tempted to overpack. I once traveled with my friend Harold down to Arizona. He brought a giant suitcase, convinced he need 5 pairs of shoes, just in case. Halfway through the airport, he looked like he was lugging a stubborn mule behind him. By the time we reached the gate, he promised never to bring more than he could carry comfortably. We laughed, and he bought a new lighter suitcase before our next journey. If you have arthritis like my old friend Ruth, zippers with big pulls and soft handles can be a real blessing. Avoid dark interiors where things get lost, and look for compartments that help keep everything in its place. Packing cubes to little fabric boxes that nest inside your suitcase can make things so much easier to find. They're like tidy dresser drawers for your travels. So when you stand before your suitcase, consider this: can you lift it without straining? Does it glide beside you, steady and sure? The best baggage never feels like a burden if you found a bag that works beautifully for you. Or if you have a story like Harold's, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Your wisdom just might help a fellow traveler. Section 2: Clothing for comfort and grace. Now, let's talk about what goes inside that suitcase. Clothes. Over the years, I've learned that style is grand, but comfort is king. The right clothing isn't just about looking nice. It's about feeling relaxed and confident, ready for any adventure or gentle rest. Think layers. Temperatures shift on planes, trains, and in hotel lobbies. A soft sweater, a lightweight scarf, and a comfortable jacket can transform a chilly evening into a cozy one. Breathable fabrics like cotton or soft blends allow yours. My friend Dorothy always packed 2 extra cardigans. She said you never know when a cool breeze or a strong air conditioner will surprise you. I used to chuckle at the pile in her lap on long rides, but she was always the first to offer someone an extra sweater. On a rainy spring trip to Maine, her spares saved the day more than once. Shoes are important. To choose sturdy, supportive walking shoes that you've worn before. A trip is no time to break a new shoes. Look for slip-ons or those with adjustable straps. No need to first with tricky laces when your hands aren't as nimble as they once were. A hat and sunglasses, or the unsung heroes of comfort, keeping the sun's glare at bay. Be at in Florida, or on the patio of a Paris cafe. A folding sun hat, a stretchy knit cap for cooler days, and light gloves. If you're heading somewhere brisk, don't forget pajamas, ones that remind you of home and help you settle in, whether it's a borrowed bed or a hotel room. I always packed slippers, too. There's something about sliding into them at the end of the day that makes even a new place feel familiar. And finally, pack just enough 3 or 4 outfits with colors that easily mix and match. Less laundry, less worry. Section 3: Medications and health items. Your little lifelines. Some essentials in life don't fit neatly into a suitcase pocket, but they deserve extra attention. Medications, medical supplies, those little lifelines. Make a list, write down every prescribed option and over-the-counter remedy you take. Double check that you've packed what you need plus a few days extra. Just in case your journey faces a delay, keep them in their original bottles with clear labels and tuck them in your carry-on. After all luggage goes astray, sometimes your health should stay by your side. I remember my friend Bill, before a cruise, he once tossed all his pills into an empty jar for convenience, but that led to a muddle at customs and a scramble at sea when he couldn't remember which little white tablet was which. Lesson learned: keep medications labeled and bring a note from your doctor. If you need injections or special medical equipment, a small pill organizer can be a real friend, the kind with little compartments for each day. It brings peace of mind, especially for medications that must be taken at regular times. Don't forget a simple first aid kit: plasters, a thermometer, antiseptic wipes, and allergy pills if you need them. If you were hearing aids, pack spare batteries. If you use glasses, bring an extra pair. If walking is tricky, be sure to check your cane or walking stick for travel. Many fold up for easy carrying for those with conditions like diabetes or heart troubles. Keep your important medical information written out and tucked into your wallet or purse. In an unfamiliar place, a note like that can help others help you. And drink water. Travel can be drying, and a folding bottle or an easy-to-carry thermos keeps you hydrated. If you have a story, tip, or clever trick for managing your health while traveling, please share it in the comments. You never know whose nerves your advice might soothe. Section 4: Documents. Safe, secure, and simple. The papers and cards we travel with, other silent keys to our adventures: passports, driver's licenses, insurance information, credit cards. These little rectangles of paper and plastic are more precious than souvenirs. Always carry copies, make to spare. Copies of your passport, insurance, and critical contact numbers. Leave one at home with a trusted family member. Keep the other tucked in a separate pocket or bag. The last wallet doesn't have to be a last trip if you have a backup. I think of dear Ruth, who once lost her purse in a busy museum. She was flustered, of course, but she had copies of her documents and a phone number for her children tucked in her shoe. The museum staff helped her recover her things, but it was her careful preparation that brought her and those who love her peace of mind. Consider using a neck pouch or a travel wallet that fits discreetly under your shirt. It makes pickpocketing a little less worrisome and keeps your most important papers close to your heart. If you're comfortable with technology, some phones allow for secure digital copies of major documents. But I always say never rely on a single device. The old paper way still has its place, especially when the power's out or the Wi-Fi gone missing. And let your loved ones know your itinerary and contact details for your hotel or cruise. A simple email or a handwritten note can go a long way to soothing their worries too. If you've experienced an adventure with your travel documents, good or bad, please tell us in the comments. We're all students of the journey. Section 5: Comfort and Joy. Little extras that make travel sweet. It's the little things that turn unnecessary trip into a cherished memory. After all, the youngest among us believe in luck, but those of us with silver and hair know it's simple comfort that bring the most joy. A travel pillow, one that cradles your neck gently, especially for long rides or flights. Earplugs or soft headphones offer some quiet when the world is a little too noisy. I remember my first trip to New York. I was dazzled, but the hotel was just above a jazz club. I love jazz, but by midnight earplugs were a blessing. A favorite book, or to perhaps a puzzle book or a deck of cards. My wife always packed crosswords, and on lazy afternoons, we'd look out over a city square and puzzle together, listening to the birds. The familiar patterns of play and thought made strange places feel like home. Snacks to a little pack of nuts, a granola bar, or a few hard candies. Hunger waits for no one, and airport food sometimes leaves much to be desired. For Ruth, it was always a thermos of tea and a pack of ginger biscuits wherever we went. A small flashlight handy for dark hallways or unfamiliar hotel rooms in the middle of the night. And tissues, never underestimate the usefulness of a few soft tissues tucked in every pocket. If mobility is a concern, you might pack a folding cane or a travel-size seat cushion. Some find collapsible stools handy for long museum tours. You know your needs best. Lastly, if you use a phone charger, cables and a power adapter for foreign plugs can keep you connected for those who prefer to write a notepad and pen for jotting down memories, numbers, or simply recording what made you smile that day. You might be noticing a theme. Travel is about feeling at home, even far away. Section 6: Safety and Peace of Mind. Our adventures are sweeter when we feel safe and secure. Take a moment for a gentle review. Check the weather forecast, research the customs and routines of your destination. Note the address and number of your embassy or consulate if you're far from home. Some carry a simple whistle or a small alarm, just in case. Others program emergency numbers into the speed dial on their phone. Let a close friend or family member know where you're staying and check in occasionally with a reassuring call or message. When my daughter traveled abroad for call image, she'd send me a short note every Sunday. One sentence was all it took to keep my heart at ease. We too can return the favor. Review your travel insurance and medical coverage. If there's a chance you may need assistance, whether it's roadside help or a doctor's visit, being prepared brings a quiet, steady confidence. It's like closing the windows before coming rain. Just goods. Since Section 7: Packing for Heart and Soul. Now, there's a kind of packing that goes beyond shirts and socks. It's the things we bring for the heart and soul: a photograph from home, a smiling grandchild, a cherished friend, or a peaceful place, a favorite prayer. Book, a dog-eared novel, a handwritten letter from a loved one. These little reminders ground us, especially when travel brings moments of uncertainty or longing. I have a postcard from my late wife, faded around the edges, that I always take with me. In a quiet hotel room far from home, reading her words chases away loneliness in a way nothing else can. Some travelers keep a small token, nor keepsake, a knitted square, a stone from a beloved garden, a piece of jewelry with a story behind it. For Ruth, it was an old coin given to her as a child. For Bill, a pressed flower from his mother's garden. You may not need these things for comfort, but if you do, there's no shame in it. Travel is as much about remembering who we are as it is about discovering new places. So as you consider what to pack, ask your heart as well as your head, what little item will make me feel at home wherever I go? Packing, a gentle checklist. Let's gather these thoughts into a calm checklist. As you pack for your next journey, consider these gentle reminders. 1. Choose a lightweight, easy-to-handle suitcase and handy packing cubes to pack comfortable layered clothes, things, supportive shoes, and weather-appropriate accessories. 3. Prepare all medications and health supplies labeled, organized with extras for carry. Travel documents, copies, and contact numbers in a safe, accessible spot. 5. Add comfort items, pillow, headphones, snacks, flashlight, tissues, and any mobility aids. 6. Prepare for safety. Share your itinerary, keep emergency contacts at hand, and understand your insurance. 7. Bring heart comforts, a photograph, a letter, a keepsake, and remember to bring joy with you, an open mind, a gentle sense of humor, and a willingness to see the world with fresh eyes. Throughout your packing, breathe deeply and move slowly. There's no race to win. Each item you place in your suitcase turns the map of your trip into something real, a promise to yourself that life still has chapters waiting to be written. If these reminders have sparked a memo, hurry, or an idea, I'd love to read your stories in the comments below. What's the one thing you never leave home without? You might just inspire a fellow traveler to add a little extra joy to their own journey. And if you're finding comfort or helpful ideas here, I gently encourage you to subscribe or like the video, not for my sake, but so we can keep sharing wisdom among friends, helping each other one thoughtful step at a time. Travel and aging, why packing? Well, matters. You may ask, Albert, why does packing need so much thought? Well, as the years go on, our bodies and hearts deserve a little more kindness. We move at different speeds, our bones protest sometimes. If we're careless or overpacked, our energy feels precious, like sunlight on a winter afternoon. We discover the joy comes quietly from a comfortable chair, a well-packed bag, and knowing you have what you need at your fingertips. Packing with intention letters greet each new place as a friend, not a foe. We arrive at our destination, ready to explore, to rest, to laugh, unburdened by worries about missing pills or aching feet. It gives us the freedom to enjoy spontaneity, knowing the essentials are taken care of. So, if you decide to linger beneath cherry trees, sip coffee while the world goes by, or catch a surprise concert in a park, you have all you need to say yes to the moment. Anecdote: why less is more. Let me share one more memory, a lesson from a dear friend. My old neighbor, Mabel, loved to travel. She was a tiny thing, but resolute. For her 80th birthday, she planned a tour of the Midwest with nothing but a small carry-on and a shoulder bag. When I asked how she managed, she smiled and said, "Albert, every item in my suitcase has a job to do. If it doesn't turn its key, it stays home." She packed one lovely dress in case. There's dancing darling. 2 pairs of slacks to blouses and enough underthings for a week, toothbrush, comb, a good book, and her knitting. She came back with stories, gifts for her grandchildren. And as she said, all the freedom in the world. Her knees ached less, her smile was brighter, and her travel partners marveled at her independence. Whether your journey is a flight across the ocean, a drive to a favorite bed and breakfast, or a simple train ride to visit old friends, or wisdom stands: pack light, pack right, and let the world enchant you. A word on letting go: packing for peace. Sometimes what we leave behind matters just as much as what we take with us. Holding on tightly to old habits or old clutter can weigh us down. Give yourself permission to let go of just-in-case items that never end up being needed. You're unsure whether to bring something? Ask yourself, will this make my journey easier, happier, safer, or more memorable? If the answer is no, set it aside. Trust yourself. You've learned a lot through the years. And always leave a little extra space in your suitcase for gifts, for surprises, for things you will gather along the way, both on the road and in your heart. Final thoughts: friendship, memories, and the spirit of adventure. Dear friend, I want to thank you for spending less time with me. Whether you're packing for a grand adventure or a simple visit to see loved ones, remember, you're never too old for discovery. Travel at any age is a gentle act of hope, a belief that the world still holds beauty and kindness just waiting to be found. As you prepare for your journey, pack not only the things you need, but a soft smile, a patient heart, and the wisdom born of 1,000 walk down memory lane. You are the sum of your stories, and every trip is a chance to gather a few more. Let me know in the comments, what's one packing tip or heartfelt habit you'd share with fellow travelers? Maybe it's a special way you fold your shirts or a secret snack you never leave home without. I'd love for us all to learn together, because every traveler has something precious to offer. If you enjoyed these thoughts and found them helpful, please consider liking the video, subscribing, and maybe sharing it with a friend who might need a little encouragement for their journey. Remember, here at Golden Age Wisdom, we're simply neighbors across the miles, lifting one another with warmth, memory, and gentle advice. Wherever your suitcase goes next, may it carry not just clothes, but courage, peace, and plenty of reasons to smile. This is Albert, wishing you safe and happy travels now and always.